So far, this is an absolutely partisan impeachment, which presents challenges of its own. But, I mean, there are not going to be Republicans who throw him out. The one Republican who wants to throw President Trump out has left the Republican Party. That's Justin Amash. The rest of them are not going to do it. So you're going to have the Democratic Party go in. They're still upset that they lost the 2016 election. They're going to try to overturn that election. Even some Democrats are breaking rank. There's a Democratic Representative, Jeff Van Drew, who is throwing cold water on impeachment. Here he is.
Congressman Van Drew, you've had such courage and leadership since you took the job in Congress. You are also one of two who have voted against this increase to begin with. Why?
I just think we'll keep going down this road, keep spending more time. Many of us came to Congress because we really wanted to accomplish goals, really work on issues such as health care, work on issues dealing with prescription drugs, election security, the debt, the deficit. The list goes on, and I could speak on and on about all the things that we need to do. And I just don't think we're hearing anything new. And real quickly, we must understand the importance and the level of what impeachment is. Hundreds of years of history, no one has ever been convicted of impeachment. And that's the point. We're going to have an election next year.
Yeah.
Let's have the election. Let's fight through the election. Let's do what Republicans and Democrats and whomever else does. But this is going to get us nowhere. We've spent millions of dollars, in my opinion, tons of money, tons of time, tons of hurt, fraction the nation apart. I haven't seen this to be a good thing.
So Jeff Van Drew is right about this. The impeachment is pulling the nation apart, and the historical example is really important here because, especially in recent years, we've heard impeachment bandied about so much that we think it's a normal thing. It's not. It's not normal to impeach the president. In fact, we have never once in this nation's history removed a president from office through the mechanism of impeachment. We had Andrew Johnson, who was impeached and then acquitted in the Senate. Then you wait more than 100 years and you get to Richard Nixon. Democrats also were upset that he won that election in a landslide, so they sought to overturn it. They made moves to impeach Richard Nixon, and he resigned before it could happen. Then you get to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was impeached, but acquitted. And then you get, during the Obama administration, John Boehner said that he was never going to impeach Barack Obama. And then you get to Donald Trump, and they've tried to impeach him since before he took office. Senate Democrats actually tried to impeach him and set the stage for impeachment before he took office. Shortly after he took office, Representative Al Green, that's the congressman, not the musician, filed a resolution to impeach President Trump. For what? Nobody has any idea. That one failed. Initially, then they went after Russia collusion. Then it was Stormy Daniels. Then it was taxes. Then it was, I don't know, they didn't like the cut of his jib. And now they're trying to oust him over Ukraine. And it is tearing the nation apart. You don't need to just take my word for it or Jeff Van Drew's word for it. Even Barack Obama has implied as much.
Even as we push the envelope and we are bold in our vision, we also have to be rooted in reality. And the fact that voters, including Democratic voters and certainly persuadable independents or even moderate Republicans, are not driven by the same views that are reflected on certain, left-leaning Twitter feeds, or the activist wing of our party. This is still a country that is less revolutionary than it is interested in improvement. They like seeing things improve, but the average American doesn't think that we have to completely tear down the system and remake it. And I think it's important for us not to lose sight of that.
So that was Obama at an ostensibly closed-door liberal fundraiser dinner. Obviously, it wasn't that closed door. What he said is pretty insightful at the end, which is, most Americans don't want a revolution. They don't want to tear down the system. He's urging caution because he thinks, like the Democratic Congressman Jeff Van Drew thinks, like others believe, like Nancy Pelosi thought for 2 years, that impeachment ultimately will hurt Democrats because it's an overreach. Hey, Michael Knowles here, and the fact is, these cigars aren't cheap. Be sure to subscribe to the Daily Wire on YouTube, because I depend heavily on your support to continue enjoying this wonderful lib-triggering life.